Welcome to the Bold Goal Crusher podcast for anyone looking to stop letting life get in the way and start crushing bold goals. I'm your host, Sara Mayer, and I'm thrilled to navigate this journey with you because it's time to start boldly achieving without working double time. So let's dive in. Hello, Bold Goal Crushers. Welcome to another episode of the Bold Goal Crusher podcast. I'm your host, Sara Mayer, and I am super excited to dive in. So today we are going to talk about the critical topic as we hit the midpoint of the year. We'll be talking about the importance of reflecting on the first half of the year, and I'll be sharing some powerful techniques for evaluating your progress and also maybe adjusting your goals to ensure that you finish the year feeling successful and strong. But remember, many of your bold goals cannot be accomplished in 1 year. It may take many years to accomplish your goals. The key is to make sure that you are making progress each and every year and each and every month. So first, let's talk about why it's so important to take some time to reflect on the first half of the year. As reflection is a powerful tool, it allows us to look back and see where we've been and then see what we've accomplished and what maybe challenges we faced. And without reflection, it's easy to truly miss the valuable lessons that come from our experiences. And also, it's hard to make adjustments to ensure that we don't experience the same challenges or we don't stay stuck. So when we reflect, we can and should celebrate our achievements, no matter how small they might seem. These celebrations truly fuel motivation and remind us of our capabilities. And on the flip side, reflecting on challenges and setbacks helps us identify areas for improvement and growth. It's not about dwelling on mistakes. It's truly about learning from them to make better decisions moving forward. So I do pause really quick before we get too far, because if you don't know, if you're watching on YouTube, you're like, what is she looking for? If you don't know, I do have a reflection notebook all about goals. It's called Driven to Succeed, a goal-oriented journal for high achievers. And it has some prompts on the inside, so you can pick a prompt and then you can journal about that prompt on each of the pages. So check this out. It is in my Amazon store, so I'll link that in the show notes. You can go to saramayer.com just go to saramayer.com and then go to my favorite things. You'll see Amazon right there. All the notebooks that my team and I create are there, and this one is a must-have. All right, so now that we talked a little bit about that, how do we effectively reflect on the first half of the year without making it a beatdown session? So here are some techniques to use. First, it's super important. Review your goals. Start by looking at the goals you set at the beginning of the year, or if you're like me, I set goals for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. Which ones have you achieved? Great. Which ones are still in progress? And which ones have you not started or have you stalled on? And this is really where you want to be honest with yourself in this assessment, but you don't want to get in your head and beat yourself up over this. It's truly about just identifying which goals you're making progress on and which goals you've completed and which goals you haven't. So don't read too much into when you do this, why or anything like that. We're not at that point right now. We're just looking at where we're at. And next, it's really time to celebrate your wins. So take a moment, celebrate the goals you've achieved or the progress that you've made on those goals, and write that down. That is super important because many times people will I have this little book here. It's called One Line a Day, a 5-year memory book. And many times it's really easy for me to think about the things that I didn't do or the things that didn't go well. But when I look back over many years, because this has 5 years on one page, so that's a whole total side thing. But when I look back, it's the little wins, like when I first launched my first podcast episode and I was sitting in literally a shower because that was the quietest place in a bathroom for me to record, and I got the best sound. That I took 10 takes. Now I can do a podcast in one take. But when I see that memory of that success, like I finally recorded my first episode, that was huge. Okay. So you do need to celebrate your wins. So take a moment, celebrate the goals, write them down, share them with a friend, or maybe treat yourself to something special, even if it's just going to the movies or taking time to sit on a park bench. That could be your celebration. I've had people like get themselves balloons. Everybody loves balloons and flowers and stuff like that. Send yourself flowers for your success. That's fine too. It's all about recognizing your success, but more so your progress. No matter how small it may seem at the time, it does help to fuel your motivation. Okay? All right. Next, analyze your challenges. This isn't about saying, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do that. It's about really finding those learning lessons. So look at the goals you haven't achieved or haven't started, and what are the setbacks you're encountering? Is it you don't know how? You haven't set aside the time? Maybe you don't want that goal anymore, or it's not important to you anymore, or life got in the way, or somebody in your life is not supportive on this goal. It's really about identifying what those setbacks are. So ask yourself why. Was it a lack of resources, time, motivation, maybe? And understanding that root cause of these challenges can help you develop the strategies to overcome them in the future and keep those goals moving forward. And next, it's all about gathering feedback. So sometimes it's an outside perspective, and that can be incredibly valuable. Sometimes you need somebody to help you get through this goal. You need a resource. Sometimes you're just trying to do too much. So this is great to talk to a mentor, a coach, a consultant, or a trusted friend who is supportive of your goal about your progress. Maybe it's an accountability group, a mastermind. They can offer insights and advice that maybe you have not considered. So it's really about gathering that advice so that you can move forward. Many times it's a who needs to help me rather than what do I need to do. Okay, a who versus a what. And now it's time to adjust the dials on your goals. Based on your reflection, it may be necessary to adjust your goal, to dial up the pace, to slow down the pace, to think about maybe I start a different way. And this doesn't mean you failed. It means you're being realistic, adaptable, and you're learning what it's going to take for you to truly crush your goals. So maybe some goals need to be broken down into smaller objectives, more manageable steps, or perhaps your priorities have shifted and it's time to set new goals that align better with your current situation. So remember that reflection on your progress and adjusting your goals is not about judging yourself or a beatdown session. It's about growth, learning, and being flexible to fit your goals into your life. And as we move into the second half of the year, those reflections can propel you forward with renewed focus, renewed determination, and some celebration is always a great way. So thank you for joining me today on the Bold Goal Crusher podcast. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with someone who might benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe for more episodes on crushing your goals and living boldly. So until next time, keep reflecting, keep adjusting, and keep crushing those goals because you do not need to work double time. So let's get to it.